pleasure! Hey, it's Katie, and all of us have to have a guilty pleasure TV show, and I confess that I have a ton of shows that I watch that I would consider guilty pleasures because I love reality shows, and I know a lot of people hate them, but I literally can't stop watching them because they're just so addicting. It's like, first of all, they're always on marathon. Second, you watch one, the next one just starts, and it's like, oh, it's just like one extra long all-day episode. Now, guilty pleasure shows doesn't necessarily mean reality shows. A lot of people call Game of Thrones a guilty pleasure show, but for me, my guilty pleasure shows happen to be all reality shows. So my first guilty pleasure show is Long Island Medium. If you haven't seen it, it's awesome. It's amazing. It's about a medium, and if you don't know what a medium is someone who can talk to dead people. It is just too good, and I can't stop watching it. I love her. I love the show. Maybe it's a girl thing. Maybe us girls just really love reality shows, but Long Island Medium is an awesome show. She goes around all over New York, basically giving people messages, and it's amazing. I know a lot of you guys are over there being like, oh god, this sounds so dumb, but if you watch the show, it's like the real deal, okay? It is so awesome and so addicting, and I love that show. So another guilty pleasure show that I absolutely love is Restaurant Impossible on the Food Network. If you haven't seen this show is awesome. It's with Chef Robert Irvine. He goes in and he totally like makes over restaurants. It's such like a heartwarming story because like these people who own restaurants are always really down on their luck, or they're about to close their restaurant, and the chef just goes right in there and turns it all around into one big happy family. And I love that show, and pretty much every show on the Food Network I love and watch because the Food Network is awesome. So I'm really excited to talk about this next one because there is a show on right now that is probably my biggest guilty pleasure show, and it is called Naked and Afraid on the Discovery Channel. Oh my gosh, can I just tell you, this is the craziest show I've ever seen in my entire life. They basically take a guy and a girl and put them in the middle of nowhere in multiple different countries with no clothes. With zero clothes. Like, they have to take off their clothes before the show starts. They drive the contestant out and leave them in the middle of nowhere, and they just have to strip off all their clothes and walk into the nothingness. And the object of the show is that these two people have to survive 21 days naked and afraid. But I have to tell you, it is the coolest show, and if you haven't seen it, you have to check it out. It's on Discovery Channel. These people go through these crazy things. They're stranded on an island or in the middle of Africa with hyenas running around. Like, it's the real thing. So they basically have to make a shelter, find food and water. They also have to make their own clothes, which is just crazy. I can't imagine being anywhere without any clothes because that would just be weird. But these people do it. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And they make really cool clothes out of like tree branches and leaves. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I would last very long on that show, to be honest, because these people like starve to death for 21 days and have to fight off hyenas. I mean, maybe I could do that for like 2 days tops, but I'd need clothes. I'm not doing it without any clothes. That just sounds like a health risk. Seriously, this show is such a guilty pleasure for me. I love watching it. So you guys definitely have to check out that show because it is awesome, and I want to get your opinions on it. Naked and Afraid. But I want to hear from you guys. Please tell me I'm not the only person in the world who has a lot of guilty pleasure shows that happen to be reality shows. But at least I didn't say Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, okay? I don't watch that show. I don't. I draw the line somewhere. I do watch Dance Moms though. So let me know if you guys have any guilty pleasure shows in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.